Welcome to the show. This is a super exciting time for me and for you a little bit, but for me,
Oh, thanks.
because I have never chatted to somebody who is nominated for a Nobel Prize. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
That comes with it a certain level of swag. I mean, do you just walk around the world being like Nobel nominee? I mean,
Yeah,
because it is like basically the best people in our world, essentially.
It's a good people award.
Yes, it's a good people award.
Yeah.
And the company that you're going to keep is really exciting. But if you look at your work, what are you most proud of? What do you look at and go, oh, this is why I would like to win the Nobel Prize?
You know, one doesn't try to seek to win it, so
Right.
I'm very grateful to my nominators who were both Republican and Democrats to get together.
Right.
But honestly, for me, it's not the law that I wrote, it's that I was able to train other people to pen their own civil rights into existence, and that's what I'm most proud of.
Yeah, for those who don't know what you do, RISE is a non-profit organization that is dedicated to fighting for the rights of people, you know, and specifically sexual assault survivors.
Yeah.
And this is a really personal issue to you because you yourself are a survivor.
Yes.
And you yourself have fought against a system that has always been in favor, it seems, of the perpetrators as opposed to the victims.
That's right.
What did you feel needed to change once you saw the system itself?
Well, after my rape, I discovered that the criminal justice system was pretty broken. Rape kits were destroyed before the statute of limitations, before they were tested, among a whole host of other issues. And I realized, you know, I remember walking into my local area rape crisis center, and the waiting room was filled. And I didn't realize how pervasive this problem was.
Right.
You know, I realized at that point I had a choice. I could accept the injustice or rewrite the law. And one of these things is a lot better than the other, so I rewrote it. About 4.5 years ago, I founded RISE. And when we first started out, people thought we were a joke. We wanted to pass this law through Congress. We had no money, no connections. And then we did the impossible. We passed it unanimously through Congress. It became the 21st bill in modern U.S. history to do so.
Really amazing.
But Trevor, the most remarkable part wasn't that President Obama signed it into law for 25 million people, it was what happened afterwards. So we heard from over 1 million people who reached out to say, hey, this is going on in my own community too.
Yes.
Can you help me pen my own rights into existence? And so with that, we sought to replicate our success. I created this theory of organizing. It's called Hopeonomics. And we affectionately call it School of Hope at RISE.
Right.
But what we do is we train other people. And I'm so proud to say that over the past 22 months, we've passed 22 laws, all unanimously for 40 million people.
It's almost unbelievable because so many Americans have gotten used to the idea that Congress doesn't pass laws.
That's
Congress
right.
is gridlocked, Congress doesn't move. And yet you have found a way to speak to lawmakers and to get people involved, citizens involved in changing the laws. Many would say if you want to change the law, you should run for office, but you found a different way to do it.
Yeah.
How do you get these lawmakers behind these ideas? How do you get bipartisan support? Because
Right.
it seems like something lawmakers themselves can't do.
Yes, you know, some people looking at our track record may say, oh, well, you passed it unanimously because sexual violence or rape is an easy issue. And if so, then Kavanaugh or Title IX or even the Violence Against Women Act reauthorization would be litigated differently.
Right.
But honestly, you know, this is a time of frustration, of waning faith in our democracy. And there's never been a more vital moment in our history for everyday people to understand that they hold the power. You know, I didn't have the political luxury of a cathartic performance. And what I mean by that is that I had to fight for my rights, and I had to compromise and work with people that I didn't agree with in order to pass my rights, or else my justice would slip through my fingers.
Right.
And so after passing these 22 laws and having 22 proof points, we're ready for our next step. And so over the past couple of weeks, we just announced the launch of a new phase of RISE, which is RISE Justice Labs.
That's really interesting, right? Because the Justice Labs, if I understand correctly, is basically an incubator.
Yes.
And what you're doing is you're helping people to start their own social justice movements,
Yes.
helping people to get laws passed.
That's
You're
right.
helping people to change the world that they live in.
Right.
And you actually just worked with some kids who were part of the Parkland protests and some of the people who were part of that uprising saying, hey, we need to do something about how guns are managed in America.
That's right. So here's how the Justice Labs works. Our mission is to help everyday people pass their first law, and we give them the resources to do so. So in cities across America, when an entrepreneur has a good idea, based on the merit of their idea, they can apply for funding, seed funding, mentorship.
Right.
Essentially, they get the opportunity cost of their startup covered, and that doesn't exist for civil rights until now. So we give activists who apply and get accepted seed funding and then mentorship and training and cover their opportunity cost to accelerate their social movement. And the team we're so proud to work with first is the survivors and the students of the Parkland shooting.
Right.
Yeah, so they call themselves Zero USA, for
Yes.
Zero Gun Deaths in America. Their founder, Robert Shentrup, testified in the Colorado State House a couple weeks ago. And they actually, that bill he testified on just became law. So they have helped write their first law.
I can see why you are nominated for a Nobel Prize and I am not. Congratulations on all of your achievements. It truly is amazing work that you're doing. Congratulations on all of your success and your story. For more information and to apply to be a part of RISE Justice Labs, go to risenow.us. Amanda Nguyen, everybody.